Say, Dandavat Pranam. By the instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 3, the Status Quo, Chapter 24, Text 16. Vedham adyam purusham avatirnam svamayaya bhutanam sevadim deham vibranam kapilam mune. O Kardama, I know that the original Supreme Personality of Godhead has now appeared as an incarnation by his internal energy. He is the bestower of all that is desired by the living entities, and he has now assumed the body of Kapila Muni. Purport. In this verse, we find the words Purusham Avatiram Svamayaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is everlastingly, eternally the form of Purusha, the predominator or enjoyer. And when he appears, he never accepts anything of this material energy. The spiritual world is a manifestation of his personal internal potency, whereas the material world is a manifestation of his material or differentiated energy. The word Svamhayaya, by his own internal potency, indicates that whenever the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, he comes in his own energy. He may assume the body of a human being, but that body is not material. In Bhagavad Gita, it is therefore clearly stated that only fools and rascals, mudhas, consider the body of Krishna to be the body of a common human being. The word sevhadim means that he is the original bestower of all the necessities of life upon the living entities. In the Vedas, it is also stated that he is the chief living entity and that he bestows all the desired necessities of other living entities. Because he is the bestower of all necessities of all others, he is called God. The Supreme is also a living entity. He is not impersonal. As we are individual, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is also individual, but he is the supreme individual. That is the difference between God and the ordinary living entities. 17. Jnana Vijnana Yogena Karmanam Udharanjata Haranya Kesha Padmaksha Padma Mudra Padambuja. By mystic yoga and the practical application of knowledge from the scriptures, Kapila Muni, who is characterized by his golden hair, his eyes just like lotus petals, and his lotus feet, which bear the marks of lotus flowers, will uproot the deep-rooted desire for work in this material world. Purport. In this verse, the activities and bodily features of Kapila Muni are very nicely described. The activities of Kapila Muni are forecast herein. He will present the philosophy of Sankhya in such a way that by studying his philosophy, people will be able to uproot the deep-rooted desire for karma, fruit of activities. Everyone in this material world engages in achieving the fruits of his labor. A man tries to be happy by achieving the fruits of his own honest labor, but actually he becomes more and more entangled. One cannot get out of this entanglement unless he has perfect knowledge or devotional service. Those who are trying to get out of the entanglement by speculation are also doing their best, but in the Vedic scriptures we find that if one has taken to the devotional service of the Lord in Krishna consciousness, he can very easily uproot the deep-rooted desire for fruitive activities. Sankhya philosophy will be broadcast by Kapila Muni for that purpose. His bodily features are also described herein. Gyan does not refer to ordinary research work, Gyan entails receiving knowledge from the scriptures through the spiritual master by disciplic succession. In the modern age, there is a tendency to do research by mental speculation and concoction. But the man who speculates forgets that he himself is subject to the 4 defects of nature. He is sure to commit mistakes. His senses are imperfect. He is sure to fall into illusion, and he is cheating. Unless one has perfect knowledge from the disciplic succession, he simply puts forth some theories of his own creation. Therefore, he is cheating people. Gyan means knowledge received through disciplic succession from the scriptures, and Vigyan means practical application of such knowledge. Kapila Muni's Sankhya system of philosophy is based on Gyan and Vigyan. Text 18. Ishamana vite garbam pravishta kaita bhardana avidya samshaya grantim chit bhagam vicharishyati. Lord Brahma then told Devahuti, my dear daughter of Manu, the same Supreme Personality of Godhead who killed the demon Kaitaba is now within your womb. He will cut off all the knots of your ignorance and doubt. Then he will travel all over the world. Purport. Here the word avidya is very significant. Avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. Every one of us is spirit soul, but we have forgotten. We think I am this body. This is called avidya. Samshaya granti means doubtfulness. The knot of doubtfulness is tied within the soul. The knot of doubtfulness is tied when the soul identifies with the material world. That knot is also called ahankar, the junction of matter and spirit. By proper knowledge received from the scriptures in disciplic succession, and by proper application of that knowledge, one can free himself from this binding combination of matter and spirit. Brahma assures Devahuti that her son will enlighten her, and after enlightening her, he will travel all over the world, distributing the system of Sankhya philosophy. The word samsaya means doubtful knowledge. Speculative and pseudo-yogic knowledge is all doubtful. At the present moment, the so-called yoga system is prosecuted on the understanding that by agitation of the different stations of the bodily construction, one can find that he is God. The mental speculators think similarly, but they are all doubtful. Real knowledge is expounded in the Bhagavad Gita. Just become Krishna conscious. Just worship Krishna and become a devotee of Krishna. That is real knowledge, and anyone who follows that system becomes perfect without a doubt. 19. Ayam siddha ganadisha sankhya charai sushamata loke kapila ityakyam gantate kirti vardhana. Your son will be the head of all the perfected souls. He will be approved by the acharyas, expert in disseminating real knowledge, and among the people he will be celebrated by the name Kapila. As the son of Devahuti, he will increase your fame. Purport. Sankhya philosophy is the philosophical system enunciated by Kapila, the son of Devahuti. The other Kapila, who is not the son of Devahuti, is an imitation. This is the statement of Brahma, and because we belong to Brahma's disciplic succession, we should accept his statement that the real Kapila is the son of Devahuti, and that real Sankhya philosophy is the system of philosophy which he introduced and which will be accepted by the acharyas, the directors of spiritual discipline. The word sushamata means accepted by persons who are counted upon to give their good opinion. 20. Maitreya uvacha avasvasya jagatrasta kumharyai saha narada Hamso hamsena yanena Tridhama paramam yayo. Sri Maitreya said, after thus speaking to Kardama Muni and his wife Devahuti, Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, who is also known as Hamsa, went back to the highest of the three planetary systems on his swan carrier with the four Kumars and Narada. Purport. The words Hamsena Yanena are very significant here. Hamsayana, the airplane by which Brahma travels all over outer space, resembles a swan. Brahma is also known as Hamsa because he can grasp the essence of everything. His abode is called Tridhama Paramam. There are three divisions of the universe: upper planetary system, the middle planetary system, and the lower planetary system. But his abode is above even Siddhaloka, the upper planetary system. He returned to his own planet with the four Kumars and Narada because they were not going to be married. The other rishis who came with him, such as Marichi and Atri, remained there because they were to be married to the daughters of Kardama. But his other sons, Sanaka, Sanandana, and Narada, went back with him and his swan-shaped airplane. The four Kumars and Narada are Nastika Brahmacharis. Nastika Brahmachari refers to one who never wastes his semen at any time. They were not to attend the marriage ceremony of their other brothers, Marichi and the other sages, and therefore they went back with their father, Hamsa. 21. Gate sata drutokshata Kardamastena chodita Yatoditam svaduritir Pradad Vishvashrujam Tata. O Vidura, after the departure of Brahma, Kardama Muni, having been ordered by Brahma, handed over his 9 daughters, as instructed, to the 9 great sages who created the population of the world. Text 22 through 23. Marichaye kalam pradad, anasuyam atatraye, shradham angira seyachat, Pulastya havir bhuvam, Pulahaya gitim yuktam, Pratave cha kriyam satim, Kyatim cha brigave yachad, Vashistapyapya rundatim. Kardama Muni handed over his daughter Kala to Marichi, and another daughter, Anasuya, to Atri. He delivered Shraddha to Angira and Havirbu to Pulastya. He delivered Gati to Pulaha and the chaste Kriya to Kratu, Kyati to Brigu, and Arundhati to Vasishta. 24. Atarvane dadachchantim Yayagyo vitanyate Viprarsabhan kritodbhahan Sadharan samalalayat. He delivered Shanti to Atharva. Because of Shanti, sacrificial ceremonies are well performed. Thus he got the foremost Brahmanas married, and he maintained them along with their wives. (25) Tatastarishayachata Pratadhara nimantriyam Pratadhara nimantriyatam Pratistanandim apana Swam ashrama mandalam. Thus married, the sages took leave of Kardama, and they departed full of joy, each for his own hermitage, O Vidura. And thus ends our reading for today. We will continue from text 26 on Monday. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Shanta Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees, Sama Bhaktiveda Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai, Nishangapali Dham ki Jai, Mayapur Dham ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai, Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju ki Jai. Ganga Mai, Yamuna Mai ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham ki Jai, Shyam Kund Radhakund ki Jai, Tulsi Devi, Bhakti Devi, Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yagi ki Jai, Scientific Sankirtan Yagi ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Princeton Bhakti Vedanta Institute ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Institute ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol. Hare Krishna.